Hello, and welcome to another Monday afternoon live stream. Thank you for joining me, everybody. So today I am going to be talking about 6 big mistakes that you could be making on your LinkedIn posts that massively reduce the reach that you could be achieving. So I'm going to run through those little mistakes you could be making with some solutions on how to get around them. And then the best tip, the most impactful tip, is going to be tip number 6. So do stick around for that one because it's a mistake that people commonly use. Okay. Right. Again, if you are watching live from my Facebook group, then please do click on the StreamYard link. I'm just going to post it in here. And if you are watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe to my channel. I do live streams every Monday, so please do that. I'm just going to put this in the chat, the StreamYard link. So again, please do like and subscribe. Please do ask me any questions, whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching from my Facebook group. Then please ask me any questions about LinkedIn today. This is your opportunity. I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay, but again, if you are watching in Facebook, don't forget to click on StreamYard and it will show your name and who you are. Otherwise, you'll just have to leave your comment with a name. So welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. Oh, hi Amanda. Hi, nice to see you. So Amanda is an amazing copywriter. She writes a lot of my live streams into blogs for me, which is very useful. So again, if you're watching, please do say hello. Right, so on to these mistakes. People can spend forever writing posts on LinkedIn. I've done it myself. You craft this amazing post. It takes you ages. You create this amazing image to go with your post, and then you post it, and it just doesn't reach anyone. There's tumbleweed, and you're just so disheartened. You just think, oh, well, why bother? Well, there's an art and craft to creating LinkedIn posts, and it's not as simple as this seems. You do need to work around and understand some of the LinkedIn algorithms, which are the LinkedIn robots that work behind the scenes to decide who your posts are shared to. Oh, hi, Chris. Chris from Chatbot Labs has joined us. Nice to see you. Okay. So why is it important? Why do some LinkedIn posts reach thousands of people and then others just reach a handful of people? Okay. Oh, hi, Rebecca. Rebecca's here from Rebecca Ray Coaching. Hello, nice to see you. So why does that happen? Right. Okay. The reason is when you craft a post in LinkedIn, when you write that post, within a millisecond of it going live, LinkedIn algorithms, the little chatbot, the little robots in the background, they scan your post before it goes live. And those LinkedIn robots decide, using the algorithms, this list of rules that they've got that are private and never publicized to anyone, they decide who that post is not only going to, not only how many people they're going to share it with in their newsfeed, but who they're going to share it with. Okay. So understanding that every post you write does not necessarily mean it's going to all of your connections. So if you've got 100 connections and you write a post, LinkedIn won't put that post into your 100 people's newsfeed. Okay, it's probably going to, again, it depends on the standard of your profile, it's probably going to put it in less than 10%. So less than 10 people that you're connected to will have the opportunity to see that post. Therefore, it's really important to understand what type of posts LinkedIn likes so that you get more visibility. It's also important to understand that if your profile is not optimized, if you've not got an active profile, LinkedIn will reduce your reach of those posts even further. LinkedIn favors people who are regularly active and follow all the rules and have their profiles optimized and do X, Y, Z. Okay. Can be a bit overwhelming. Don't worry. If you do need help, I've got a workshop coming up at the end of the month on the 22nd of September. And again, I'll give you the details at the end of this stream. Okay, so now we understand that our posts don't go to everybody. We now need to have a think about what are those other mistakes when you're actually writing those posts. So the first mistake that I see people doing is that they don't tag people in their posts. So when I mean tag, I mean writing that little @ sign with their name, and then the list of your connections pop up and you can select. So for example, you know, I might write a post and tag Chris from Chatbot Labs in, okay? And then Chris would then get a little notification. So if you don't tag people in, then not many people, you're reducing your reach. So if I wrote a post and tagged Chris in, obviously it's got to be relevant to the people who you're tagging in. So maybe I had a meeting with Chris and I tagged him in, and he then gets a little notification on LinkedIn. So because he's got that little notification, my post might never have landed in his newsfeed, but all of a sudden he's got a notification. So he's like, oh, Bex has tagged me in. Well, what's she talking? You know, what's she posting about to tag me in? So he's naturally going to have a look then at that post and then hopefully like and engage with that post. Okay. So all of a sudden, not only have my connections got that opportunity to see that post, but all of a sudden, because Chris is tagged into that post, all his connections have potentially got the opportunity to see that post. And also then hopefully he's going to comment on that, talk about what meeting we had or whatever it is I'm talking about on my post. And then his connections, not only his first connections, but because he's engaging on that, potential second connections from both of us may see that there's a conversation going on. So again, you get a massive reach if you start tagging people in, but it's got to be relevant. Okay. Now, the other thing that people often forget with tagging is they don't tag their own business in. So when you are writing your post, you can tag individual people in, but you can also tag companies in as well. So if I'm writing a post from me, my personal profile, Bex Bate, I then might want to tag in social media executive. Okay. So if I'm tagging in social media executive, then I can use, because my business has been tagged in, I can then start liking that post as my business, and I can then write a post as my business under my post. So again, I am then raising the profile and the engagement of that post to increase that visibility. So again, if you don't have anyone to tag in, at least tag your business in. It also means that if you tag your business in, people have got a clickable link then straight through to your business page. So again, it's increasing that visibility. Okay. Oh, Chris has said, it definitely works. You also get an email notification. It's nice to be invited directly into conversation. There you go. Thanks, Chris. Thank you for that. Okay, so, and that's interesting actually, if you're getting email notifications as well, if you keep getting tagged into a lot of posts and you keep getting loads of emails, then don't forget to change your notifications, because you don't have to get an email, necessarily have to get an email, but it is quite useful, particularly if you're tagged in a post. Okay, so the second mistake that people make when they're writing those posts is they always put images on there. Okay. Now, one of the hardest things when creating content for LinkedIn, because it is hard, it's hard to come up with ideas, and it's difficult then to think of an image to put with that post. And a lot of us then think, crikey, well, maybe we go to use Canva and create an image ourselves, or maybe we've got a graphic design team who would then create some content to go with that post. However, posts which are text only, generally speaking, have a much higher reach than a post with an image. Therefore, you're actually creating yourself a lot more work if you think that you've got to put a post on with everything. Remember, LinkedIn is very different to Instagram. It's very different to Facebook. And again, it's very different to Twitter. LinkedIn, you really can get away with text-only posts as long as it's engaging and interesting. You're going to get a higher reach. So forget wasting time trying to create these amazing images or take these brilliant selfies. Try posts without images. And if you are going to do that, make sure they are longer than a couple of sentences, because you want to make it quite a long post so that you get that little more button, so it's cut off. So if you're doing a text-only post, write something, leave them hanging after 3 lines so that they've got to click the more button to find out what you're going to say, okay? And that will get you a higher reach. So that was my second tip. You don't need images all the time. Now, I'm not saying do text-only posts all the time. Do mix it up, but do give it a try. That's going to save you time. The third big mistake that people make, and I see this an awful lot, particularly people who use LinkedIn a lot but don't necessarily create their own content, is they constantly just share other people's content. So for example, you might work in a large organization and you might have a marketing team who's constantly putting great content onto the business page. And you think, right, well, that's great. I don't need to create any content. The business page has done it for me. I'm just going to share their content and repost it onto, share it on as a post onto my profile. The trouble with this is this massively reduces your reach. LinkedIn, like all of the social media platforms, like new content. So the highest reach is going to be gained by the person who has created that new content. LinkedIn particularly is harsh when people share content, a shared piece of content. So when you press post, even if you write something saying, oh, fantastic achievements, what's been achieved in the business today, here's what's happened, and you've shared that post, even if you've written some content and shared that post, the LinkedIn bots are going to scan it and go, oh, it's a shared post. It's not new content. I'm not going to share it that widely because it's already on LinkedIn. Okay, so don't always share content. Do it occasionally, but you're going to get a much higher reach if you write your own content. Okay, so that was my third tip. And again, if you've got any questions, just give me a shout. So the fourth mistake people make is they never use hashtags in their posts. Okay, now when people think of hashtags, they think, well, of course you're going to use hashtags if you're on Twitter. Of course you're going to use hashtags if you're on Instagram. But LinkedIn, does anyone really use hashtags? Well, actually, they are very, very valuable in LinkedIn, because in LinkedIn, you can actively follow a specific hashtag that might be related to your sector. So because you're following these hashtags, and then again, if you're not really sure what hashtags are and you don't know how to follow them or create your own hashtags, then again, I'll be covering these in my workshops. But hashtags are really valuable. They're a little bit newer on LinkedIn, hashtags, to other social media platforms, but they are definitely getting a lot of love on LinkedIn. Hashtags are going to click straight through to a specific topic. But not only that, if people are following specific hashtags and your hashtag starts trending, then all of a sudden you've widened your audience and more people are going to see your content and you're going to get a much higher reach. Therefore, really important to use hashtags. But a little pro tip for you, if you are going to use hashtags with your customer in mind, okay? There's no point using hashtag follow Thursday or whatever it is, follow Friday, or hashtag Thursday thoughts. They're too generic. Really think about the types of hashtags your customers will be using or searching for to find your products and services. You need to do a lot of research into those hashtags. But again, if you need some more help on that, you know where I am. Okay, so do use hashtags. Really, really valuable. Okay. Now, my fifth tip then, again, massive mistake that I see people using a lot. And for those of you that probably follow a lot of my live streams, you'll be familiar with this one, is don't sell. Don't go on to LinkedIn and just sell your stuff. I see people going time and time again. They just go onto LinkedIn and go, oh, I've got 25% off. We've got this new product on sale. Would you like to do this? I can help you with this. Sign up now. And it's just sales post after sales post after sales posts. You've got to use LinkedIn like a network, like you would go into a networking group. You've got to build people up. Like any social media platform, giving the hard sell all of the time does not work unless you have absolutely pinpointed your audience and they are ready to buy. But let's face it, most of us on LinkedIn aren't quite that as strategic as that. Therefore, sales posts, just think about it yourself. If you're going through your news feed, what stands out to you? What makes you stop and read? Generally, if people are just giving you the sales pitch all the time, you just scroll straight past. People are not on LinkedIn to be sold to. If they wanted to buy, they'd Google it. They're on LinkedIn to widen their networks, to learn, to find out what's going on in their sector, and to really network with potential clients. Okay, that's how you should be using LinkedIn. They don't want to be sold to. So you've got to give them a little bit of value, add value, share tips, show them that you're an expert in your field and you know what you're talking about. Give some of your top tips away. You know, people will trust you. You need to start building up that trust. So stop selling, okay? You need people to get to know who you are as a person. You need to build up that trust and that likability. And then people might get in touch with you to buy and inquire about your services. Okay, now my final tip then for this week's live stream, and again, if you're watching, please do ask me any questions. My final top tip is don't put links in your posts. The biggest way to kill your posts on LinkedIn is if you put a link in it. The LinkedIn bots absolutely hate that. The minute you publish your post and it goes live, they will scan it. And if there's a link there, they'll go, ooh, no, we don't like that. We're just going to put it out to a few people and that's it. Okay. The reason why LinkedIn does not like links in your posts is simply because if you put a link on to your website, so if I was going to put a link on my post to my LinkedIn workshop that's coming up on the 22nd of September, then I put a link in and all of a sudden, and the LinkedIn robots were like, hang on, Bex, you put a link in there, you're trying to get them off LinkedIn. Well, we don't want people to come off LinkedIn. We want people to stay on LinkedIn and use it and be active. So the minute you start encouraging people to pop off elsewhere in the internet, that's it. LinkedIn will kill your posts. So again, try it. Do a post without a link and do a post with a link. You will see a massive difference. Now, there is a way to get around this because we do need to sell our products and stuff at some point. There is a way to get around it, and that is to write your post and then come back a few minutes later and write it in the comments, or put the link in the comments below. Or another way of doing it is write your post and then come back probably about half an hour later, and then you can add your link into that post. The only issue that you've got with that, if people have liked and engaged already, they've not seen that link. However, I quite often do it if you've got a really engaging post and it's reaching quite a lot of people, go back in and add the link into the post. So then as it's getting momentum, it will be shown to quite a few people. So those are some top tips, 6 of my top tips to increase your post visibility on LinkedIn. And again, if you've got any ideas or top tips, please do share them in the chat. If you are making any of those 6 mistakes, then I can definitely help you through my LinkedIn workshops to get a phenomenally higher reach on your post. But not only that, can help you to optimize your profiles to really get a high reach, because it's not just about your posts on LinkedIn, it's all to do with your profiles. You've got to think about engaging, you've got to think about the timing, you've got to think about the structure of your posts, how many you should do. Again, there's a lot more to it, but those are 6 of the main mistakes. And if you'd like to know more on how to transform your profile into a sales machine to generate lots of leads and inquiries, then do come along to my LinkedIn workshop on the 22nd of September. It's all delivered on Zoom. We do an hour each day, and you'd be given actions after each bit. I'm just going to post the link here, and it's really good. It's limited to 10. I think I've just got 6 places left. So if you are interested, please do let me know. It is the last one I'm running this year, so do book on as soon as possible. So those are my top LinkedIn tips. Now, next week, I'm going to be talking about LinkedIn groups. So if you don't have a clue about what LinkedIn groups are, how to use them, whether they're worth using, or how to engage, next week, I'm going to be showing you how to use and what the value of LinkedIn groups are and how they work. So again, join me next week live at 12:30. Again, if you've got any LinkedIn questions, bring them along next week and type them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer those. So I will see you all next week at 12:30 on Monday, and I hope you all have a fantastic week. I'll see you soon. All right then, guys. Bye.